What's going on, guys? Mears here, and a lot of you know me as a Rust YouTuber, but today I got something a little bit different for you. I know a lot of you out there are content creators like me. Maybe you're just starting off, maybe you're already a bit more established. It doesn't really matter where you are. At some point in your career on YouTube, you're going to come across something called a partnership. Now, there is a lot of good things about a partnership, there's a lot of bad things about a partnership, but I'm going to be completely honest with you, you don't need one. Partnerships are going to offer you a lot of things. I'm just going to go through some of them right now. I'm just basically going to explain to you why they're either useless or why you don't need them, and why in general you don't need a partnership. Now, I made this mistake when I first started off. I thought I needed one. I thought they were helping me. I thought I was getting more money from it. And especially in this time of need on YouTube where everyone's getting paid less money, I thought, yeah, they're going to be helping more. I'm not going to put like a blanket on partnerships and say they're all bad, but this is my experience. And I personally don't think they're useful in any way whatsoever. And I'm going to explain my reasoning. So kicking it off, a partnership is essentially a business. So their job is to make money. Once you get a little bit bigger on YouTube, or even when you're first starting off, you're going to get a couple of emails. The bigger you get, generally, the more emails you're going to get. And you will literally get spammed by different companies asking you, join us for a 95% cut of profit, join us and we'll make your thumbnails, join us and we'll do this, that, and Bob's your uncle. They're just offering you basic things that are very, very easy for them, and they are not going out of their way whatsoever to promote you or to help you unless you're a very big YouTuber. And by very big, I don't even mean 100k, I'm literally talking about around the 500,000 point, maybe more. Again, I'm just going to stress this is my experience with partnerships, so I'm not putting a blanket on all of them, but let's just go over some basic things that a partnership's going to offer you, and I'm going to tell you why you don't need it or why you don't want it. I'm literally just going to go down a list of things that a partnership recently told me they can offer me and just tell you what's wrong with it or why you don't really need it. First of all, a partnership can help you get verified on Facebook and Twitter. They can't do that. There's nothing they can do to make you verified on Twitter and Facebook. They don't own that company. They can help you make an application, but you pretty much have to do all the legwork on your own anyway. They're going to give you access to royalty-free music, tens of thousands of songs. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best thing you've ever had. That's absolute bullshit as well. They're going to have some free libraries that they found online with absolute garbage music. Maybe they'll have a partnership agreement with a company like Epidemic Sounds, which Epidemic Sounds I use all of my music from. So whenever you guys ask me, you know, what's the song, I get it off Epidemic Sounds. And to be completely honest, Epidemic Sounds cost £10 a month if you're getting less than 500k views. The amount of money you're going to be giving them isn't worth the £10 a month that you could just be paying out of your own pocket. For example, I can't be specific with the amount of money that I was giving to my partnership, but the only real benefit I was getting when I had a partnership was this music library, and I was paying them a hell of a lot more than £10 a month for it. So I was getting ripped off and I was looking like a complete mug. Next, they're going to be talking about giving you thumbnails, making graphic designs for you, helping you with your branding. 9 times out of 10, and I cannot stress this enough, they'll have a bunch of preset thumbnails or preset images that you can like edit the text on or just add your own text onto it. It's not like they've got an actual artist sitting around waiting for you to talk to them who's going to help you design a logo, help you design some actual channel branding. They've literally just got a bunch of images that you can go on their website, and it's probably quite easy to customize, but again, it is not specific, and 100 other people have exactly the same thing. They're going to talk to you about having intro makers and outro makers, and they're going to give you some rubbish video editing software that is going to change the world. Again, they're just going to have a bunch of preset intro and outros that you can probably find if you type in free intro into YouTube and just download the raw file. They may have some of their own designs, but again, you're going to have about 50 or 60 other people with exactly the same thing. It is not going to be specific. It is not going to set you apart from everyone else. It is not what you want. This is my favourite one. They're going to tell you that you're going to have a dedicated manager who can talk to you full time. Generally, you're only going to get this if you're on around the 20k mark or more. And this is actually quite good. This is a person who you can talk to, you can ask questions, and they're generally quite knowledgeable. And this is one of the reasons that you want to be in a partnership. But it is the only reason. They're generally good for legal advice and things like that. But again, you do not need one unless you're making thousands upon thousands of pounds or dollars or whatever, and you need serious legal help at some point. They'll help you with copyright strikes. They're going to help you with channel diversity. They're going to help you on how you can grow, what other markets you can get into, how you can advertise yourself more, what sort of paid advertisement you can look into, things like that. They are genuinely going to help you, and that is good. But a lot of the time what you're going to get is one guy who doesn't really care about you, he's not specific to you, and he's looking after about 50,000 other channels as well. Which is why I was saying earlier, unless you're quite high up in the YouTube community, you don't need one, and even then, you don't necessarily have to have one. The revenue share is interesting. Some companies are going to take up to 40%, some companies are only going to take 5%. You want as much revenue share as as possible. You don't want to be giving them a penny if you can get away with it, obviously. When you're starting off, it is a lot of money to give away, and maybe you need the money. And obviously the bigger you get, the more money you're going to be giving them, because if you're giving them 5% of your wages as opposed to like a set amount of money each month, the more you earn, the more they get. So it is in their best interest to make you grow. The revenue share is always something to think about, because whatever you're getting out of them, you're paying for. So you want to be making sure you're getting the absolute best deal possible. And like I said already, frankly, you don't need one, so you're just giving away 5% or 10% of your money for no reason whatsoever. They're going to give you access to brand deals, and they're going to give you possibilities of selling other companies' merchandise. This is generally going to be something like G Fuel, or just some absolute garbage products that you don't need. Or it's going to be some company that's going to help you do t-shirt designs. Again, this can help, but you don't need it, and you can look like a bit of a sellout, frankly. Especially with the t-shirt companies and things like that, it is not hard to contact a company and say, look, I want my logo on a t-shirt, what can you do for me? You don't need them to be a middleman. They're just taking money off you for no reason. This is a big one that practically every company are going to do. They're going to offer you increased revenue if you can refer other people to them. So let's say you're at the 10k mark, you're getting about, I don't know, like £400 a month or whatever, and you get a couple of your friends that are around the 10k mark to join as well. They'll offer you like 5% of their revenue because you referred them to the company. Again, this can be pretty good, and it also means that you're actually earning more than you would have been had you not been in a partnership. But no one does this. This never works. It's like when you send your friend a refer link for League of Legends or whatever, they end up just making an account and forgetting to click your refer link, and it all goes to shit. And the likelihood that you're going to have friends that are going to be willing to join, because then they're going to be losing money, and even though you're gaining a bit, they're just losing 5% of their money for no reason. It can work, don't get me wrong, but it's not worth getting sucked into a partnership over like an extra 5% wages or whatever. It's just pointless. They'll definitely talk about growth opportunities and how they can help you get advertised and put onto other people's channels and shit like that. They're not going to do that. I'm going to be entirely honest. They're not. They may have forums where you can talk to other people and other content creators, and you can work something out there, but anyone can make a forum, or anyone can make a video and just say, look, I'm looking at diversify, I'm looking at playing with some of you guys, or just email some other channels that are a similar size to you and try and set something up. You don't need them to be a middleman, again. And with the growth opportunities, they're not going to advertise you. If they're earning £80 a month from you, let's say, they're not going to spend £200 a month advertising you because they want you to grow, because it's more secure for them to keep that money, especially if you're not in a lock-in contract where you don't have to stay and you can leave any month, anytime you want. And going on to the no lock-in contract thing, nearly every single company will do a no lock-in contract for you. And this basically just means that they're not going to be willing to take the extra step to advertise you and pay a bit of money and invest in you, because they know you can leave at any time. Now, there's a whole bunch of other things that they can offer you. I've sort of looked at this very negatively because I've had a very bad experience with partnerships. I know a lot of you don't know this, but this is my third time making a channel. This is attempt 3 at being successful on YouTube. I've done it all before, I've made the mistakes, and I've done it more than once. Obviously, listening to this, a lot of you may not think I'm right, a lot of you may not believe me, a lot of you just want to try it for yourself. And honestly, the best thing to do is try it for yourself, because you can't always just take someone's word for it. A lot of you don't know me. Even if like your friends in real life had the same mistake, unless you try it for yourself, you don't really know. You haven't had that experience. So I'm sure some of you are still thinking, yeah, but they're offering me 95% and they said they're going to do this for me. Like, go ahead, try it. I'm not going to stop you. I'm just telling you, my experience is, it is not worth it. It is not worth the time. It is not worth the hassle. And even after you leave, they will spam you. They will not leave you alone. I'm not ruling out all partnerships. I'm just saying, especially people at my sort of level and below, we don't need them, guys. I hope this has been informative, and I hope that it's going to stop some of you guys making the same mistakes I did. Again, this is just my experience. This is my opinion. Don't take it to heart. Take everything with a pinch of salt. But anyway, for my fans, I got another Rust Solo Survival coming out tomorrow. And I should be doing a Duo Survival next wipe. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. And as always, have fun, guys.